Hello everyone, it's Tailz from Studio WyldFurr here. I thought I'd take a moment and demo the brand new build of the cave map tiles as an art assets pack for Fantasy Grounds Unity. So here we go. Now if you haven't used an art assets pack in Fantasy Grounds Unity before, how you access the assets is you come down to the bottom right here where it's got the assets button. Give it a click, opens up this assets panel. Now you can sort the modules that you have installed by either tokens, portraits, images, or all. Just click on images, and if you've got the Cave Map Tiles Arts Assets pack installed, there should be a bag here for the Cave Map Tiles. So let's go in there. Now it has when you first go in, it's basically a lot of folders or bags that have the artwork inside them. So let's set up our little work area so we can create a adventure map. So we put that off to the side there so that we've got a nice, so that when we go into, say we go into this bag here, we have a fair amount of tiles that we can see here, and we can sort of just click through all the different pieces. So we've got a panel here that we can browse through the assets. So with that sort of put to that side and put over on the side, we come to our images panel, and we want to create our blank map canvas. So in the images panel, just right click, which will bring up this radial menu. Then you go down to the bottom here and you choose create item, and that will create a blank map. It's automatically called new image, but we could go and call it cave map. There we go. So that's going to be our cave system. So let's just get the images panel out of the way because we're not going to need it. Now what I do is I want to maximize the amount of canvas space that I have to work with, so I put up to the top left, then I draw out the window as big as I want, put this panel over these buttons because we're not going to need them, make this a bit bigger. There we go, that's my working space. Now first thing we're going to want to do is go to our grid setup, which is this little button here on the palette. Change it from the default 50 to 180. That's pretty much all of my map tiles use 180 pixels square. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is click on the layers option, or the layers mode, come down and use the tile stamp button. Don't use the layer selection tool. It seems to be a little bit buggy at the moment. I don't know whether that's my system or whether that's Fantasy Grounds Unity, but we want to do pretty much all of our work using the tile stamp tool. Now I find it useful to preload the tile stamp tool. It seems to sort of set it up so it knows that everything that it's going to be putting down is 180 pixels square. So just go and find a single 180 pixel square tile and just drop it in there, and that preloads that. So we could just use that, and every time we click it will stamp down that exact graphic, but that's not what we want to do. So let me just get rid of those. Delete that. Okay, so okay, let's start building our map. So let's start off with let's have a cave mouth. So let's just say there's an outdoor area. So they're going from an outdoor area into a cave. So let's just quickly put together an outdoor area. Some dirt tiles. Here we go. Let's just say there's a little bit of there we go. Now as you can see, I'm just quickly grabbing the tiles and plonking them down just to quickly build this map. You can take a little, you know, if you've got a specific plan for something that you want, you know, obviously take a little bit longer. Let's just say there's a big puddle out the front. Plonk down some more tiles. Now, as you'll see, some of the tiles that I've got are actually, so this one here is a 2x2 tile. Most of them are single, like for example, this one, a single 1x1. So I just fill in that space. Bit more rocks. And maybe put a bit of grass out here. What else do I have? So I don't want to take too long, just quickly putting this together. Not going to be too detailed. So that's our outdoor area. So let's put that into a folder. Let's just call it outdoors, or let's call it the surface. So we select all these layers and we plonk them in the surface. And there we go. So there's the surface layer. So let's just say hide that, or actually let me just turn it back on. Where are we? Passageway tiles. Here we go. So let's just say so this is our cave entrance, and there's going to be a cave coming up here, but I'm going to be putting that on a different layer. So this is a pre-made long piece. So that's our entrance. Get up the back of the top here. Now I've added a few helper tiles. So they're mainly fades, but so you can do like staircases going up levels. But I'm going to use this to show that this is where our entrance is. So let me just put in a folder. Call it the cave. The stuff starts to go in there. So our cave would normally be under this. So when the characters are sort of adventuring around this surface area, we can have that showing. And then when they go into the cave, we can hide it and just start to go into the cave. So let's start building in our cave. So let's say that comes along and it goes into a circular chamber, or a sort of a squished circular chamber. So we'll have an exit going off that way and off here. So I'm going to need these wall tiles. Just sort of go through them looking for the pieces that I want. So here are the walls. Pop that one down there. And here's another one. Pop that there. Then I'm going to want... So I put the doorways, or cornerstones as I call them, to a separate folder so they're easy to find. Let's go. Oops. Where are they in? With my wall tiles. Nope, here they are. Or did I put them actually somewhere different? Ones that I want. Oh, I've funny feeling they're in with my passageway tiles. There they are. Okay, so I'd forgotten where I put these tiles. So these are my entrances. There we go. Then I just need some dirt to fill the floor. There. Okay, then we've got some passageways that are coming up here, here, and here. So let's go back to passageway tile. So let's just say this one's got a curved piece. Dunk. And then it sort of comes around to a dead end. And do the same thing on this one. But it'll come around to an actual room up here. Put a tight turn in there, and then up. So we'll have a room here. So we'll just do a little cave. So I'm going to, whoops, back to my passageways. So I'm going to have a room here, and I want to have a room here as well. Oops, didn't want to put that one down. Let's go back to the walls. Here we go. So let's just say we've got a really big circular room here. So I'm going to use these ones. Side. There we go. Now I'm going to want some end cap pieces. So put that there. Put that there. And pop that there. Column in the middle of this. Oh no, we could put a bit of water. Oops, no, that's too big. But I might put that one in this room. So say it comes to a sacred well. This one, where did I put columns? Columns. It might be in my wall tiles. No. Up there in here. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. There's a big column in there. So I'm now going to put some dirt around it. Some rocks. There we go. So we've got a room that we've filled in. Comes around to a dead end. That's the exit. Now this comes to this could be a sacred pool, but we're going to have sort of a standard sort of wall set up. Stop using the curvy walls. Go with some square stuff. Here we go. So build this in. So you'll see that I've got. So for example, this is a 2x1. So if you need to quickly fill in areas, there's a corner. Let's just say I want to quickly fill in this side. So here's a 1x3. There's a corner. Grab one of the single wall pieces. Now put in a corner again. I just want to quickly get this done. So another quick 2x1. Just quickly fill in the wall. There's a corner. And I think that's the one I want. Yep. Done. And there we go. As you can see, really quick, really easy to do. Fills in pretty quickly. And then to get everything right, so I want all this to go into the cave folder. So just bring that to the top, because I find that if you don't have the folder on the top when you're moving files around, when you're moving the layers around, sometimes it's difficult to select the folder. So select all these layers and drag them into the cave. There we go. And that's our cave quickly done. As you can see, you can zoom in quite well. Artwork looks quite nice, if I say so myself, tooting my own horn. Very quick, easy to do. It's like building Lego. And hopefully if this works the way I think it will, let me just create pop down a guy. And if I select that, whoops, I want to take that off placing tiles. Let me just delete that one. So go to play, select this little guy. Now we'll go to, so it's now, this is with the line of sight enabled. We should start to get the cave walls doing their thing. Just zoom out a little bit. So as you can see, the character's vision is determining what the character can see around through the map. So how cool is that? And it's that easy to build a map with map tiles. I hope this was demonstrational, and I hope you have a lot of fun building adventure maps with this pack of art assets. Unfortunately, at the moment, these art asset packs of my map tiles, specially designed for Fantasy Grounds Unity, are only available to my Patreon subscribers, where you can find that at patreon.com/WyldFurr. If you've got any questions, please shoot me a message. Have fun gaming. Thank you.